The Lightning are back on the ice in downtown Tampa and Amalie Arena taking on the team they met in last year's Eastern Conference Final. It is the Islanders and the Lightning right here live on Bally Sports. And good evening, everybody. Dave Randolph with you alongside Brian Engblom. So the Lightning are wrapping up a three-game stretch here against teams they beat en route to the last Stanley Cup Final. Carolina, then Florida, and now the Islanders. John Cooper was looking at this stretch as a real test, and he's happy so far.
Yeah, he is, and he's got a couple of guys that are doing the job for him when it comes to effort and production. Anthony Cirelli, I think, has been really good, especially these last couple of games. You never find a guy who works any harder than Cirelli, but he's in the right places all the time. Remember, he's playing wing this year for the most part, and he's had to make some big adjustments. Pat Maroon got on the scoreboard last game, too, and that's his second goal of the season. Pat Maroon's ice time varies according to how much the second power play unit gets out there, and it was a power play goal that he scored. Yeah, that put a smile on his face and a smile on everybody's face because the power play has been struggling. So Maroon's ice time, if they get more time for that second unit, it will go up, and Pat Maroon will be smiling again.
As for the Islanders, they have lost their last two, outscored 9-2 in the process. They're looking for more offense, including two key guys up front, still looking for their first goals.
Yeah, they got two experienced guys. One of them, Zach Parise, who has had 5 years in the league where he has scored at least 30 goals. Tremendous numbers. Almost 400 goals in his career. He only had 7 last year. What's he up to now? He's got 0. Kyle Palmieri has 0 goals so far, too. The 5 prior years before last year, he averaged 26 goals. He doesn't have a goal yet either. So Palmieri knows where to go. Zach Parise knows where to go. Maybe they're on the verge. Yes, they've had different line mates. They're still getting adjusted. But this New York Islander team that's had trouble scoring goals, they need production from those two guys.
We're expecting a good game tonight. The place was certainly buzzing on Saturday night. Another great game between the Lightning and the Panthers. The two headline plays, that save right there by Vasilevsky, and then, of course, the overtime winner by Braden Point. It's the Bolts and the Islanders tonight on Bally Sports.
Nobody likes it when their check engine light comes on.
Ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. By the Florida Lottery, who reminds you to always play responsibly. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. Beautiful clear skies over downtown Tampa tonight. Here is tonight's jackpot stats brought to you by the Florida Lottery. The Islanders and the Lightning, the two teams that have met in the last 2 Stanley Cup semifinals, and look how close the 2 series were. In 2020, it went 6 games, 3 decided by 1 goal, one of those games with an empty netter, 2 overtime games, and then, of course, in the spring of 21, a 7-game classic with Game 7 being decided by 1 goal, a shorthander by Yanni Gourde, and that sets the stage for the first meeting since that night. It's the Islanders and the Lightning coming up live on Bally Sports. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. Little 3-game homestand wraps up tonight at Amalie Arena. Here are your starting goaltenders, Brian.
Andrei Vasilevsky, game number 12 for him. He's 6-2-3 with a .921 save percentage. Semyon Varlamov, game number 2 for him. He's 0-1, .919 save percentage. For John Cooper, his guys are 6 points out of first place, but they have 2 games in hand in Florida and 3 games in hand on Toronto and Detroit. And for Barry Trotz, they're coming in off 2 straight losses, been outscored 9-2. They're in last place in their division, but they've got games in hands as well.
That is Kyle Raymond. He's getting set to drop the puck at center ice. He's working tonight with Garrett Rank, Mitch Hunt, and Travis Toomey are your linesmen. The Tampa Bay Lightning are coming in on a 7-game point streak. Points in 8 of their last 9. They're coming in hot. The Islanders are coming in exhausted. This is game 12 of a season-opening 13 straight on the road, and they've lost their last 2. And right off the bat, we're going to see Zdeno Chara go with Pat Maroon. Just as the puck drops, the veteran Chara in his 24th season drops him with the big rig.
This is not the first time they fought. We saw them a couple of years ago do it, and anybody who goes with Zdeno Chara gets a ton of respect. You see how careful Maroon is, because Chara, 6'9", has got a huge reach advantage over him. And how about that for setting the table? You know that Zdeno Chara wants and is a big-time leader on that team. He doesn't do this very often. And look at Pat Maroon. He's welcome to oblige. I got to hand it to Pat. Nobody wants to fight Chara. Still the biggest, meanest guy when he wants to be in the entire league.
New York, number 33. Tampa, number 14. 5 minutes each, fighting.
Well, this obviously was set up in the conversation. Top left, look at Maroon. Maroon's talking to him. Look at Chara. I can't hear you. I can't. Oh, now I can hear you. Okay, I'm here. What do you want? Take a piece of me. That's fine. What an awesome start to a game between two teams that have seen each other 2 consecutive years in the playoffs. The Lightning have beaten them both times and gone on to the Cup, and the margin for error we will show you later on by statistics in this game.
Chara, of course, was not here for either one of those playoff series, but he knows what this means to his teammates. Barry Trotz saying he does not want his team to forget the bad taste in their mouth in that game in late June when they lost in Game 7 in this building by 1 goal. And we have got off to a great start here. Things settle down, and out come the Islanders to center ice. Adam Pelech snaps it in for New York. Puck bounces out in front. The Islanders missing a couple of key guys. Noah Dobson, he's a scratch tonight, and Casey Zizekas is out as well off that bang and crash line with Matt Martin and Cal Clutterbuck. Kyle Palmieri, no goals for him yet this season. Back to get it is Victor Hedman. Hedman, who scored on Saturday night, has a couple of goals in his last 3 games. This one sent in for Varlamov. Pass comes up the boards, and then it's picked up and skated out by Brock Nelson. Nelson to Beauvillier. Anthony Beauvillier looks for late help, goes all the way across the ice. That hops over the stick of the intended target, Sebastian Aho, the defenseman who gets into the lineup tonight, his first game of the season in the absence of Dobson. Pass up the center ice. Curling back is Alex Killorn. 7 goals, tied for the team lead. Piling up the points as well. Second in the team in that department behind Steven Stamkos. Here's Joseph, dishes off. Quick shot! And it goes just wide off the stick of Stamkos. Anders Lee back the other way. The Islander captain floats one in there. That catches some of the netting, and we get the whistle.
Well, there's a pulse to this game, that's for sure, because of the fight right off the opening faceoff. But look at this breakout here. Nice job off the wall. Picking that up is Alex Killorn. Into the middle and across to Steven Stamkos. Really good stuff. When Joseph at first was going to pass the puck, I'm thinking, come on, kid, you're in the middle of the ice, shoot the puck. But he was able to get it to Stamkos, and Stammer always ready with that one-timer. He's a threat on the rush. That line needs to do that.
Puck sends up the boards. Radish pokes it ahead to Tkachuk. Tkachuk with a shot, and that goes off the stick of Ryan Pulock and up and out of play. Here is tonight's Taco Bell take.
Well, the first key is going to be net front, and that means both nets. You got to play hard in front of your own net, because that's where Barry Trotz will have his guys going. They play hard. They're in D-zone efficiency. Don't let them pin you in, especially their 3rd and 4th lines that like to get in and cycle, and they will bang around. Don't spend a lot of time in your own end. Be efficient.
This line of Tkachuk and Radish and Ross Colton was singled out by John Cooper post-game after the win on Saturday night. He said they were excellent. They were on top of pucks, making things happen. And they're in the offensive zone right now. Zach Bogosian steps up on Kiefer Bellows. Tkachuk tries to check his man Pajot, and it comes out to center. Bellows into his 3rd game this season. He gets in the absence of Zizekas. This one's settled down and controlled now by Ryan McDonough, who's partnered now with Zach Bogosian in the absence of Eric Chernak, missing his 2nd game with his upper body injury. Andre Palat puts it up to the blue line. Here's Braden Point. Overtime winner on Saturday night. Puts it back to the line. Hedman mishandled the puck, and it's a breakaway for Barzal. Matthew Barzal in, scores. Guy like that doesn't miss chances like that too often, and he did not. It's 1-0 New York.
Yeah, turn the puck over in the offensive zone, especially when you're a defenseman. A mishandle here by Victor Hedman, and Barzal's the one who put the pressure on him, so he's already on the move. Plus, he's one of the fastest guys in the league, even though Victor Hedman can skate. Not a chance there. Nice move up there by Parise to put the puck right on the tape, and kind of a similar move to what Braden Point made. A similar kind of player at high speed. Fake, try to freeze the goaltender, make one smooth move to the backhand and shovel it up and over. That's almost exactly what Braden Point did the other night, and it's a nice move there to start the game for Barzal.
First time in 7 games that the Lightning have not scored first. Islanders get the first one. Barzal with a breakaway. Playing his 301st career game. Here's Joseph with a turnover. He shoots, scores! Matthew Joseph answers right back for the Lightning, and it's tied up 1-1.
Oh, this is gigantic, especially against a team like the Islanders that have struggled to score and had an early lead. Turnovers, the pressure by Alice Killorn along the wall caused it, but the positioning by Joseph is perfect. He's in the deep slot, so that allows him time and room. He doesn't look around, he knows he just wants net, and he makes the perfect shot. Look at that. Feint away from Brock Nelson, protect the puck, and throw it right up under the crossbar.
Second goal of the season for Joseph. Makes it 1-1. Lots going on in the first 3.5 minutes in this game.
Well, these two teams are two of the two lowest scoring and give up the least of any teams in the National Hockey League in the first period. You think that fight off the opening faceoff maybe had the juices going a little?
Got everybody's attention, that's for sure. And here come the Lightning again. Through center ice, it's Point. Point towards the net, kicked out by Varlamov. Corey Perry with the puck. Looks that one into the corner, that sends it around for the waiting Sergachev. Sergachev back to the line, and Belmar was not there to receive it. And this one rolls back on towards Vasilevsky. 2 goals in 23 seconds. One by Barzal, the other one by Joseph. Has us tied at 1 early. Cal Foote backhands it up the wall. Chipped out by McDonough, and then lifted back in by the Islanders. Ryan Pulock, and that one is up and out of play. We get another whistle.
Let's take a look at what we were talking about, what these two teams do in the first periods. They're both conscientious defensively, and they've had trouble scoring at times. The Lightning have in first periods. And you can see fewest goals against. Good stuff. That's always a good sign. You know that when you play conscientious and you play well in the neutral zone especially, you don't give up a whole lot. Both these teams start well, but at the same time, this game with all the juices flowing after that fight with Chara and Maroon, terrific now.
In behind his own net, Ryan McDonough scoops up that puck and then curls back. McDonough right up the middle, topped back to Bogosian, back up to McDonough. Rink wide, reaching for that one is Colton, out of his reach. And backing up is Zach Bogosian. His second consecutive game after being injured on opening night. Blocked a shot and was out until Saturday and did pretty well jumping into that track beat against Florida.
Yeah, he did very well. He gapped up well. He understood what was coming on. He made a big play on a 2-on-1 early on. I think that gave him confidence. Plus, he got an assist.
Helps when you come in with close to 700 games of experience. He said, I'll be fine. Let's go.
That's what you want to hear.
Jan Ruda gets the puck back. Tampa Bay organizes from inside their blue line, and Ruda starts out. Varlamov, who missed all of training camp and most of the start of this season, nursing an injury that he picked up in the playoffs last year. Sorokin has carried the mail up until this point, but Varlamov gets the call tonight, his second start. Anthony Cirelli onto the backhand, shovels it in. Andy Green playing game number 1,000 tonight. Gets the puck right back. Quite the milestone for a guy who was never drafted. Chopped out along the near side boards by Brock Nelson. Gets that one back. Nelson, who's had a 4-goal game this season against the Canadiens, puts it back to the point. Here's Green. Up top now, there's Beauvillier with a shot knocked down. Palmieri can't find the rebound, and it's cleared by the Lightning.
Good clear by the Lightning. You're going to have a lot of those because it's a lot of basic hockey from the Islanders once they get going inside your own zone. They use the points. They got a couple of guys who can really shoot the puck, especially Pollock. Keep an eye on him. He can hammer it, and they have net front presence.
Here's Corey Perry trying to center it, and it rolls in on Varlamov, and he's got it with a glove. He'll hang on, and we will step aside. 2 goals on the board already. Matthew Barzal for New York, and Matthew Joseph for the Lightning.
Well, he's coached against them in the playoffs 3 of the last 4 years. The last 2 years, succession. These 2 teams have played against each other. Look at the records, how close it was. The Lightning win both times, and both times the Lightning go on to win the Stanley Cup. What do you think the Islanders think when they look at those numbers too? If we could have gotten by them, maybe that could have been us.
That Game 7 win was on June 25th. A shorthanded goal by Yanni Gourde, and people still talk about how loud that building was in the last 5 minutes. Maybe, if it's possible, as loud or maybe even a touch louder than it was for Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The players all say it was spine-tingling.
And 4 years ago, Barry Trotz was coaching Washington. Of course, they went on to win the Cup that year.
Here's Corey Perry, throws it out in front, and Billmar was there, and he couldn't get his stick on that. As New York skates it back down the ice. Jean-Gabriel Pageau in his 500th career game tonight, so a couple of big milestones for 2 Islander players in the game's played department. This one goes into the corner. Cal Clutterbuck throwing his body around as he always does. Gets the puck back and dumps it in. Vasilevsky stops it in behind his own net. And Cal Foote settles it down, makes one little move inside his blue line, then skates up to the center ice line, unloads the pass, and it ends up with points. Braden Points buying some time, setting things up. He's leaned on by Scott Mayfield. Cirelli comes in to help out, and it's pulled out of the pile and moves out by Adam Pelech. Up to center, chipped into the middle, broken up by Palat. Backing up is Hedman. He'll throw it across the ice. Close to 8 minutes gone in the first period. Wide side pass to Palat. Comes in. Can't get a shot away as he was defended by Pelech.
Smart move there by Pelech. That was a little try to put the puck in between the stick and the body. Nice little move by Palat, but Pelech has seen that one before.
Icing against New York. Lightning fans, the all-new Adidas Adizero Prime Green away jersey made with 100% recycled polyester just arrived in store at Amalie Arena. Get yours today. You can also use one-click checkout with Fast at TampaBaySports.com. Face-off win. Here's Cologne with a shot, and that's blocked out in front. Barzal trying to skate away from Cologne. Cologne thought he got an elbow up in the chops there. No call coming. Stamkos dumps the puck in. Steven Stamkos, 15 points, leads the team. This one's rolled down the ice for Bellows. Bellows chips it past McDonough. In comes Bogosian to lay the body on him. Back to Aho. His shot knocked down in front. Puck goes into the corner. Getting it after it is Pageau. Centering attempt. There is McDonough to break that up. And Cologne wrestles it away from the rest and sends it down the ice. Josh Bailey in his 14th year as a New York Islander. They got some long tenured guys up and down this roster, don't they?
They do, and the core of this team is really stuck together. It's kind of, well, it's not surprising because they're on the road so much, but the fact they've had so much trouble scoring goals with so many guys returning.
That was Colton walking out from the corner with a jam play right there. Picked up by Radish, his centering pass picked off and moved out by Pageau. Kiefer Bellows dumps that puck in. Bellows, a first-round pick from 2016. Just his 25th NHL game tonight. Chara, 44 years of age, sends that one around the boards. Back where it all began, Zdeno Chara. Second-round pick by the Islanders back in 1996, Brian.
I was just talking to Jacques Lebert behind the scenes. He works for the Islanders, and I was asking him about Chara. He said Chara's been a lot more aggressive lately, and he said he's played better because of that. You can't just sit back playing defense in today's game, especially when you're 44 years old and it's hard to turn. And I would say he was hyper aggressive before barely the puck was even dropped.
Here's a rolling puck. Beauvillier with a shot, and Vasilevsky got just enough of that one. As Beauvillier found it in the last second. Here's Chara again. His shot blocked by Maroon. Maroon and Chara fighting right off the puck drop in case you missed that. Belmar comes out with a puck. He'll dump that one in, and that is going to be coming all the way back.
The net is off its mooring, so that's why the whistle was blown there too. Behind Vasilevsky.
Yeah, faceoff's going to come up at center ice.
Yeah, quite a start to this game. Tampa Bay Lightning over the last 7 games have played very well. They've tightened down. They've given up some chances for sure, but they're winning.
We'll take a break. It is 1-1 just past the midway point of the first period here at Amalie Arena on Bally Sports.
Most fun games he's ever played in, one of the greatest games ever. He gets a scoring chance here after a great play off the set play off the face-off. A nice clean win by Stamkos to start it, and then later on in the back check he gets whacked right across the noggin in that battle for the puck with the Barzal, and no call there. Victor Hedman's really been victimized by some bad bouncing pucks over the last couple of games, and that was another one. That was one of those no-win, everything-to-lose situations for Victor, and it almost ended up in the back of the net. Yeah, Alex was asked about playing against the Islanders 2 years in a row, and he said, yeah, that game 7-1. Wow. He said, what a great game to play. And of course, they won. It makes a huge difference.
5 games in that series, as you've pointed out, decided by 1 goal. Sent in. Varlamov kicks that one into the corner. This one's banked out and back out to center ice and beyond. Near side is Cal Foote. He'll snap that puck in. Here, Edouard Belmar is up there on top of the puck. Kicks it back to the line for Sergachev. In front he goes. That's knocked down by Perry, who was checked right in front. And he was spilled awkwardly. Back up in the play, and here he is now. Perry had nobody up on the play with him. Everybody had peeled back for a line change. He's still out there. Here's Perry. Trying to drop it back, could not. Defended by Mayfield. Palat in the corner. Checked by Pellet. Edmund pokes it at. This one rolls away to Point. Point dishes off. There's a shot that hits the crossbar and out. A shot that gets past Varlamov. Anders Lee digs it out of the fray, dishes off. Islanders step in. Here's Parise with a drive, and that just missed. Zach Parise with 393 career goals, none yet as an Islander. And that is offside at the Islanders' blue line.
Excellent work by Andre Palat in the corners, and he's always really good at that. Didn't see anything in the middle of the ice, so why not shoot it? And right off the joint of the crossbar and the goalpost. Varlamov wasn't showing him anything. That was a very precise shot by Pally. But Varlamov was tight to the side and pretty much didn't show him any net, I guess.
It was Palat's spectacular stretch pass to Point in overtime that led to the winning goal on Saturday night. There's a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Collision right in the blue paint, and somebody went hard there. That was Kyle Palmieri. Chip down the ice, foot race. Killorn, second to the puck behind Chara, who had a head start. This one sent up into the skates there of Nelson. And Nelson puts a soft backhander in. Sharp angle shot is saved by Vasilevsky. Beauvillier around the boards. Waiting for it over there is Andy Green. Chara keeps it deep. Beauvillier, who's had a couple of chances already in this period, trying to shake the check of McDonough. He's unable to, and reaching out to grab the puck is Vasilevsky for the whistle, and the faceoff coming up to his right.
Well, that was a shift of what I was talking about with the New York Islanders. If they get you going inside your zone, they really know how to forecheck. Sometimes they'll get 2 or 3 line changes. They can sustain the effort inside the zone. Palmieri going to the net hard, literally went right over the top of Vasilevsky at one point. Vasi doing a terrific job again of tracking the puck from the point, and that's what I was talking about. Shots from the point and guys going there and traffic in front. Vasilevsky knows what he's up against, and he
dished that one off into the corner on the rebound nicely.
Taylor Radish. He will send this one in. Morris Kachuk up there against Green. In comes Colton following up. Puck around the near boards. Bailey puts it across the ice. Here's a pass in the middle for Bellows. Cuts back. Shoots a wrister that goes over the glove of Vasilevsky.
Good reaction there by Foot. Looked like he was going to get turned inside out for a minute. Reacted really well on that and jammed up Kiefer Bellows.
Colton sends it in. That fourth line changes. They head to the bench. Out comes Corey Perry and Belmar and Maroon. Pat Maroon scored a power play goal for the Lightning on Saturday in the win. This one's sent down the ice. Up the boards now. Held in there by Pelech. Matt Martin chased it over to the boards against Hedman. That's Corey Perry. Can't get control of the bouncing puck, and it's sent back in by Ruda. It's already 24 hits on the score sheet in this period.
I don't doubt it at all. I mean, it's been fast-paced and physical. Anywhere along the wall, you're going to get hit.
Breezy to Barzell, back to the line for Pelech. He'll sweep it across. Shot on the way. That is blocked from Mayfield. Goes up and out of play. Faceoff's going to stay inside the blue line. Here's tonight's player profile brought to you by Kia.
Alex Killorn, who's had a terrific season already. 3-game assist streak right now. Points in 8 of 9 games. And 1 point in 10 out of 13 so far this year. That's terrific consistency. You put that together with he's out there at the end of periods and at the end of games to protect leads as well.
Controlled off the draw by the Islanders. It's sent into the corner. Barzell, the goal scorer, picks it out of there, sends it back to the line. Char with a shot, and that miss stick side on Vasilevsky. He's always been able to bring the heat, isn't he?
Heavy shot.
207 goals in his career. Braden Point chips that one in. Point, who picked up his 8th career overtime winner on Saturday and his 3rd against the Florida Panthers. Points onto the puck, back to the line. Hedman across. Sergachev with a shot that hit Palat right in front.
Yeah, in the back.
He gets up and back in the play. That sounded like it hit him squarely.
And what a shot, that one-timer. Oh, man, by Sergachev.
He sits down on the bench, which is the first good sign there. 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Barzell and Joseph have the goals so far tonight. Palmieri taps it back to the line, worked into the slot. Nelson tried to turn and shoot, could not, fanned on it, and right there was Matthew Joseph. Mayfield holds the line again, sends it back in, takes a bounce out into the middle of the ice. And New York's on top of that one again. Here's Nelson, centers it, goes off a skate, and dangerously just past that far post. Back the way comes Joseph with a burst of speed. Joseph back to Killorn, waits, shoots, and he just missed. Or maybe Varlamov got just a piece. Mayfield drops it back to Adam Pelech. The 7-year veteran sends this one all the way down. Bouncing puck that Vasilevsky tracks carefully. Banked up ahead to Kachuk. Kachuk finds Colton on the fly. Colton draws the crowd and sends the puck in. Kachuk and Radish are up there. Here's Bogosian at the near point, gets the pass back. Zach Bogosian, no lane to shoot, so he sends it across to McDonough. In the corner now is Colton. Cycled it back, and it was past the stick of Radish. Comes free, and it's deflected back inside the Tampa Bay blue line. McDonough waits for things to set up in front of him, and then he'll start out with a long pass up the ice. And that missed the mark, so that is going to be an icing call against Tampa Bay.
Let's take a look and see where Andre Palat got that shot. Sure looked like it hit him in the back, but the one-timer, the pass across here, and Sergachev gets all of this one. Pelly turns around, the back or the side, maybe just above the pants. He was being pushed, obviously, from behind by Pulock. Didn't want to block that one so much, but it looks like he's okay. He's still there on the bench.
The puck is steered in towards Vasilevsky. He'll hang on, and we will step aside for another television timeout with 3:23 to go. Here the first period, tie game. John's key ingredients.
Well, Barry Trotz knew what he was up against when this season started. Look at this, 13 consecutive road games. They are building the new arena for the New York Islanders. It's almost finished. Well, it should be finished by now. They're going home after tomorrow night's game, so
Yeah.
it darn well better be. Look at the miles they put on. Now, they haven't technically been on the road for all 13 games. They did get home for a few stretches of days at least. I mean, you have to be fair, for goodness sakes, give them a bit of a rest. And because of that, they've got 4 games in hand on the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. So even though Matt Barzal and his guys are in last place in their division, those 4 games in hand, if they get something going, especially when they get home, they can make up some ground quick.
Yeah, 11 games they played so far. That's the fewest in the entire league. They will host the Calgary Flames on Saturday in UBS Arena. That shot is blocked by Palat, who's back out there, picked up by Cirelli. Gives it up to Andre Palat. Palat goes across, trying to find points. That was broken up by the defensively aware New York Islanders. They're always in those lanes, blocking those seam passes.
And that was Matt Barzal coming back and intercepting that play. That's one thing that Barry Trotz has been on him about the last couple of years, and Barzal is a more complete two-way player because of that.
And we got our first penalty call of the night here. Power play coming up.
New York calling number 27, Minor, hooking.
So the Lightning will go to the man advantage here in the late stages of this first period.
Well, they were 1 for 1 against Florida. They're 7 for 38 on the season, the Lightning are. 18% overall, and they are ranked 17th in the league, up against a penalty kill that's 15th overall in the New York Islanders.
A power play goal in 4 of their last 6 games, and the way it's been going, they'll take that. It's a Toyota power play. Sergachev gives it up to Killorn. Down low, out front is Ross Colton, and that pass goes off the stick of Pajot and out of play.
And because they scored the goal last game, Pat Maroon on the power play, this is technically the second power play unit, so they get a chance to start things. John Cooper's always good about the reward system, and of course it makes sense when you have been struggling. There's been a lot of talk, too much for the players' liking, about the power play. Getting one from Maroon last goal and a nice pass from Ross Colton, they get a chance to start it here.
There has been a lot of talk, but to be fair, even the captain, Steven Stamkos, admitted that the power play had been letting them down.
Yeah. Well, the problem was the body language was starting to get to them, and you can't do that. You can't let it suck the life out of you. If you have consecutive, games where you're not scoring, that body language can be a killer. It can't drain life.
Perry throws it out in front. That takes an Islander bounce, and it's picked up by Pajot. Jean-Gabriel Pajot has 15 career short-handed goals. He's been an excellent penalty killer since he came into the league with Ottawa.
And to be honest with you, Dave, watching practice yesterday, they worked on power plays a lot, the first unit and the second. The first unit wasn't, it's not yesterday, excuse me, this morning. And the first unit wasn't scoring for anything. The second unit scored a couple of times, so you know what? They earned the right to start this one for that, too.
1 minute gone in this power play as the Lightning come in over the line. They send it around the boards, and that is met by Nelson, and he makes no mistake, sending this one straight down. Here comes Victor Hedman. Hedman swings it back, and up the ice comes Point. Point steps in, crisscrosses across the line, and they'll try to set things up. They get the clean entry, and it's saucered back to Hedman. Hedman to Stamkos over on this side. His wrist shot, a hard one that is caught and held by Varlamov. Well, stay tuned for your local Honda dealer first intermission report. Here's what's coming up. Gabby Shirley will have an interview with Lightning assistant coach Derek Lalonde. Dave Anderchuk will join me up here in the booth to discuss the first period. We'll update today's events of the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, which includes Rick Peckham being honored as a media honoree, winning the Foster Hewitt Award. And that's where Paul Kennedy is tonight, and Bobby the Chief Taylor. Here's Hedman. Puts that one into the corner. Back up top to Hedman. Braden Point kicks it back to Hedman in the final minute of this first period. Point waits, fires. That one's wide and up and into the netting. 13 seconds to go in the man advantage.
when Brayden Point's standing still, he's not going to be as effective, and Pelech came out at him there and got a piece of that one, deflected it up into the screen. The Lightning did show a different look on the initial rush, and it's Brayden Point who's the one who is responsible for taking the puck into the zone and getting set up.
Another face-off win, back to Hedman, winds, fires, save Varlamov, rebound comes straight back to Point. Point to Hedman, some late pressure here. Here's Hedman, back into the corner. Back up top to Victor Hedman. Near side to Palat. Power play's over. There's the shot. Varlamov the save. Rebound. They try to find it. They score! Anthony Cirelli buries it. And it's 2-1 Lightning.
This is why they love to have Anthony Cirelli as the guy in front of the net, because he's a dog on a bone, and when there's loose pucks around, he's not going to stop until there's a whistle or it's in the back of the net. Watch him react to this. He finds loose pucks so well, but how about that for the spin around shot? He's the type of guy that scores in bunches for sure. His confidence sometimes wanes a little bit, but when he's rolling, Anthony Cirelli is a really effective player because he's got great speed, great instincts, and confidence is sometimes that missing factor. That was an excellent goal.
Fourth goal of the season for Cirelli. He's been getting some points of late. That is now 6 points in his last 7. Colton with a drive up high on Varlamov, and he's got that. So a goal here in the final minute of the first. They answer back with 2 straight after the Islanders took the early lead.
Ross Colton taking that shot on the rush. I like to see that. Colton's got a really good shot. John Cooper talked about Colton this morning. He said, you know, I haven't gotten him on the ice enough in certain games. He has changed line mates on that fourth line. Last game, really effective in the face-off circle. He's been working on that over the last couple of weeks.
Beauvillier tips that one in. Vasilevsky bats it away from the net. Banked up the boards. Held into the line and sent to the near side, and then chipped back out by Bogosian as time is going to expire on this first period. And after Matthew Barzal opened the scoring in a breakaway, the Lightning answer back with a couple of goals of their own, including right now the go-ahead goal by Anthony Cirelli. Matthew Joseph, the other goal scorer. So they did not score first as they have been for the past 6 games, but they will be happy with taking a 1-goal lead down that tunnel into the locker room.
Good solid period. That was very interesting and very intense.
Let's take it downstairs. Here is Gabby Shirley.
All right, Maroon and Chara, they are fighting 4 seconds into this game. What message does that send to your team?
Well, I think it speaks a lot about both individuals, about this is never say no, it's just for the team. I love it. We love that in Pat. Pat takes those fights all the time. He doesn't have to. He does it for the team. And I think that's why winning probably follows him around.
And then we have 2 great goals. Matthew Joseph scores off of a turnover. He gathers that puck. He places that puck. Does his composure impress you?
It's improving. It's something when the game starts to slow down for him, good things happen for him. I know last year he went through a streak where he kept finding the back of the net. He gets streaky like that. You like to see a little more consistency with that poise, but I was more excited about the response. We give up a goal, kind of a bad break goal. The guy makes a great play on it. It ends up in the back of our net. Calm bench. We respond well. We score next shift.
Derek, what would you like to see from your team going into the second period?
I think a little faster with our neutral zone, our regroups. I think we can play faster. We were a little slow in the neutral zone. I think we can be a little faster, a little more speed through the puck. I think it'll end up being a little more zone time.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck. All right, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Gabby, and thank you to Derek Lalonde. It is a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead through 20 minutes. Started off with some fireworks with 2 big guys, 2 veterans scrapping, and then a couple of quick goals for the Lightning. Dave Andrechuk's coming up next. You're watching Lightning Hockey. Brought to you by your local Honda dealer and by Rooms to Go. The Rooms to Go holiday sale is going on now with interest-free financing for 60 months. We are through 20 minutes here at Amalie Arena. The Lightning and the Islanders. We have more coming up right after this.
fans, Thunderbugs Kids Club is remaining virtual this season. Visit TampaBayLightning.com/Kids Club for access to downloadable activities, exclusive content, offers, and more. Stay up to date with all of the latest Kids Club news and offers by joining Thunderbugs newsletter list. Sign up today. Now to get you back to Amalie Arena.
Through 20 minutes in downtown Tampa, there's Amalie Arena, and it is 2-1, the Tampa Bay Lightning over the New York Islanders after the first period. Hey, fans, join Tampa Bay Lightning alumni and staff for a 3-day holiday camp held at Amalie Arena. The camp is intended for players of all skill levels between ages 6 to 15. There will also be a girls-only group led by Team USA star Kelly Stedman. Registration includes on-ice and off-ice sessions, daily lunch, holiday-themed jersey, and more. Visit lightningmadehockey.com to register today. And back up on the booth with Dave Andrechuk to break down the first period with the Honda highlights, which started with a fight.
Yeah, you know, you think of these two teams have seen each other in the playoffs the last couple of years, so there's some bad blood already. And then Zdeno Chara, the new addition, must have been talked about before because they go right from there. And here comes Chara over to challenge Pat Maroon. Man, I don't know if I'd be fighting Pat Maroon or Zdeno Chara. Chara, a huge man, but that's the intensity that both of these teams have and the respect they have for each other. Pretty close, intense game. Like when you think about not of all the neutral zone play, the Lightning continued to be at it, and then it's Matthew Barzal on a little bit of a breakdown at the blue line there. Hedman turns it over, and it's Zach Parise, and it's Matthew Barzal off to the races. Good little backhand move. He kind of freezes Vasilevsky with the shot. That's his fourth of the year, but it's only 22 seconds later. The Lightning rebound. Another little bit of a turnover. It's Sebastian Aho. He tries to throw it up the boards, and it ends up on Matthew Joseph's sticks. Nice shot over the glove of Varlamov, and that's Joseph's second of the year. And then right near the end of the period, Anders Lee was in the box. You see him just coming onto the ice, and advancing Cirelli, he bounces on a little bit of a rebound there. Nice play by Cirelli, staying with it, and he throws it to the far side with 37 seconds left in the period. It's Cirelli with his fourth. Big goal to go into the locker room.
And that leads to the Advent Health goal summary from the first period. There you see it, 2-1. Barzal, Joseph, and Cirelli with his fourth. After the two quick ones, 2 goals in 23 seconds, and then Cirelli that came just after that power play. So that's where we stand with a 1-goal lead after 20 minutes. So big events happening in Toronto today at the Hockey Hall of Fame, something you are well aware of. In 2017, this man was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And let's take a look at the class of 2020 going into the Hall tonight.
Yeah, all 6 of them are very worthy of getting in. You know, we all know Ken Holland and what he's done with the Detroit Red Wings. Marian Hossa, to me, a great two-way player that has been awesome. Jerome McGinley just piled up the numbers, did not win a Stanley Cup. Fortunate enough, we beat him in 2004. Kevin Lowe getting his due finally, and also with Doug Wilson, 2 guys that have waited quite a few years. And then goaltender Kim St. Pierre, just a standout for Canada, and a lot of world championships.
It's a great class. They're all going in the builder and player category. The media awards were held today as well, and Rick Peckham, the voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning for 24 seasons, our great friend, is honored by the Hall today.
Yeah, and another, just obviously, we all know Rick and what he's done here with the Tampa Bay Lightning, being the voice for so long, and just the professionalism that he has showed over his career, and obviously great calls. The homework he does to get ready for games is incredible. So he gets his day, and this actually happens in the afternoon. It's a luncheon, and then he will attend the induction later on that day. What a weekend for Rick and his family. Congratulations to all of them.
24 spectacular seasons, most of them sitting right here in this booth as the voice on television for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Congrats, Rick and Vicky and his entire family. All right, a couple of quick thoughts for the second period coming up there,
I think they got to stick with it here. You know, it's been a tight checking game. You know, not a lot of neutral zone play, and both teams have played pretty well, you know. But you think about going into the second period, huge goal by Anthony Cirelli to use that momentum and continue to keep that lead that they have with 2-1 already.
It's a 7-game point streak right now for the Lightning coming into action tonight. It's also a 5-game point streak at home. And they want to keep that going in front of another big crowd at Amalie Arena this evening, 2-1. I'll be back with Brian Engblom right after this.
Now you can get
the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. 2-1, Lightning lead it after 20 minutes here at Amalie Arena, getting set for the second period. Dave Randolph back with you, along with Brian Engblom. You've talked a lot about how the defense can jump into the attack and help force that offense up the ice. How are they doing that tonight?
I think they're a lot more mobile than they were against Florida the other night. One of the things I thought they had trouble with was through the neutral zone on the regroup. So watch this right side of your screen. There's Jan Ruda just moving up the ice. Nobody was open. So if you've got room, you've got to move with it. Cal Foote, I don't see anybody, because the New York Islanders are one of those teams. They're really good in the neutral zone. Their coverage is good. So if you're just going to sit back and sort of not have any movement at all as you come up the ice into the Lightning D-men, you're not going to find anybody to pass to. You end up with turnovers in the neutral zone, then everybody's coming back at you 100 miles an hour. I really like seeing those guys move, and more of that through the second and third will be in order.
Here are tonight's first period key stats, brought to you by your local Ford dealers.
2 great goals, and that's why the big smile for Matthew Joseph. What a shot that was. 2-1 on the scoreboard. Shots on goal with the advantage for the Lightning. Hits, lots of them already. No surprise there. These two teams playing against each other. Killorn keeps piling up the points as well. He made a nice play on the Joseph goal, freeing the puck up and getting it over to Joseph, who had some time and room in the slot.
Yeah, they just added that assist. We were wondering whether that was going to get added. It has been, so that's now 14 points for Killorn. He's one off the team lead, held by Steven Stamkos, as we drop the puck here in the second period. This one is sent all the way down inside the Lightning blue line. Big collision along the end boards as Clutterbuck collided heavily there with Belmont. Puck is picked up by Perry. Try to work it to the middle of the ice. Now it's turned over, but it is going to be a penalty call, a trip against the Lightning.
Yeah, Corey Perry knew that right off the bat. He got his stick in the skates of Barzal.
Tampa number 10, minor penalty for tripping.
Tries to make a pass. Excuse me, it was Pajot, not Barzal. Yeah, and he pushed him right in the back of the feet. And he yeah, that reaction pretty much tells it. He knew he was guilty. Big kill here. Up 2-1. Don't give him any momentum.
They've been getting the job done on the penalty kill. They come in ranked 10th overall in the NHL against a power play that is kind of struggling right now for the New York Islanders. Here's Barzal, quick shot in front, big save by Vasilevsky as he comes across and keeps it out.
Anders Lee didn't get all of that one. This was almost like the Pat Maroon goal the other night. Lee's on the back door, stick down, Barzal threads the needle. Right in between the shin pads of McDonough as he's going down trying to block it. But look at Lee just faint away. He gets bothered just enough by Sergachev, and big save by Vasi.
The Islanders 0 for 3 in their last game against the Devils, 0 for 8 in their last 4. Here comes Cirelli, takes the shot that's partially blocked there by Aho, and it goes in behind the Islanders' net. Dug out by Matthew Barzal. Barzal with 17 goals last year, but just 1 on the power play.
And great forecheck there by Killorn, because he didn't want Barzal winding up with the puck. He's got great speed and a lot of moves. You get on him early, he turns it over, and he did.
And they're having trouble getting up the ice against this penalty kill structure of the Lightning. This will be left for Aho. Aho played just 3 games all of last season. That was it, anywhere.
Professional practice player, boy, that's a long year. Just practicing and not playing. Ouch.
Back to the line. Aho settles it down, and they'll try to set things up. In behind the net, quick bank pass, back to the line for Aho. Aho dishes off. Bailey sends it across. Here's Barzell. Barzell into the slot, tap back to Aho. Back to Barzell, who's got the lone goal for New York. Back to Aho. Bailey sends it down low, quick pass out in front, trying to find Lee, and it caroms right back to Barzell. 27 seconds to go, the man advantage. Here's Lee trying to find the puck in the slot, that big frame, and he was knocked off of it, and it's cleared by the Lightning.
The Lightning were shading over to their left wing side. They didn't have to worry about the other side of the ice because there was no threat of a one-timer. So good, smart stuff on the reads by the Lightning penalty killers.
In over the line, Kyle Palmieri, acquired last season for the playoff run. Perry's out of the box. They've killed it off, but the Islanders still have the puck. Was sent down for Palmieri and send it around the boards. Waiting for it is Pelech. Ooh, that clearing attempt catches Ruda up high. He goes down and felt that one. That's the second time a Lightning player has been hit by friendly fire tonight.
Yeah, it looked like got him right in the mouth. Corey Perry, who was fresh out of the penalty box. Puck's bouncing on him a little, and it was deflected too. He had hit him forehead maybe. But they weren't taking any chances, and they blew it right away. Oh, he did get it in the mouth. Chin. Yeah, good penalty kill by the Lightning. You have to know who's out there. If you have guys on both sides who are open for one-timers on the Islanders, then you have to shade a little bit closer, but they only had one-timers on one side.
Islanders control off the draw. They work it back to the line. That wrist shot is blocked out in front. Puck comes to the near side. Killorn clears it. Ryan Pulock works it across to open ice. Batted in there by Beauvillier. Up ahead to Killorn. Alex Killorn does a bank pass just off the mark. He was trying to find Stamkos on the move. 3 minutes into this second period. Beauvillier. Pajot just inside the blue line. Chips it around Bogosian. Hedman back there. Bogosian along the boards. Gets the puck back. That's off the stick of Stamkos. Right to Joseph, who's got the goal, or one of them tonight, for Tampa Bay. That one out of the reach of Mayfield. Maroon sends it back for Belmar. Belmar centers it across, and he couldn't find Perry. And it rolls all the way down for Sergachev. Moved across to Pat Maroon. Maroon dumps this one in, and back to get it is Mayfield. It was Mayfield who was public enemy #1 around here during that Eastern Conference Final for his unpenalized cross-check on Kucherov. Cal Clutterbuck again collides heavily along the boards. He was checked there by Maroon.
That was a pretty impressive hip check by Perry along the wall on that last rush, too.
Little roller gets away from Andy Green. And Mayfield settles it down and starts out. Gives it up to Green. Green's pass drifts all the way down, missed the intended target, and we have an icing call.
My friends told me about Suncoast Credit Union and how they offer the lowest loan rates around. I applied from their mobile banking app. Who knew that buying a new car could be so easy?
New York Islanders are having trouble scoring, and their D don't help as much as they should. They only have 11 points, 1 goal, and 10 assists. Now, their D is built for the playoffs, there's no doubt. But the way the game is in the NHL now, you have to get points from your defensemen, and you have to have some of that mobility. I'm not laying it all on Zdeno Chara and Andy Green. One's 44, the other's 39. Dependable guys and good in the playoffs, but I think they're going to have to look for some more mobility and some guys who can get up the ice. Nick Leddy was traded in the offseason.
Speaking of getting up the ice, 3-on-2 rush, ends up in the corner. Quick shot and a save made by Vasilevsky. Yeah, they certainly missed Nick Leddy. That mobility back there, that's a very good observation.
They've got some guys who can shoot the puck, like Pulock on the back end. You get him on the blue line in the offensive zone, he can hammer the puck. But you need the mobile defense in today's game. You got to make the playoffs first. It's all well and good to say, okay, we're built for the playoffs. You got to get there.
You need very competitive conference and division. That Metro, man, you can't fall too far behind. Puck is pulled out by Cirelli. Cirelli stripped at center and taken over by the Islanders. Back inside the line. Stepping in there is Bellows, and he couldn't get a shot away as he collides with Vasilevsky, and then it comes off of its moorings, and we get a whistle.
Ruda and Hedman are really good together because they understand each other. Ruda's in trouble here. He got caught flat-footed, and Bellows probably doesn't know him very well. Has got some pretty good acceleration as he shows it right there. He knows he's got Ruda. He's got the inside edge, but look at Victor Hedman. Hedman realized it about 15 feet farther back before you saw him in that replay. And Victor's coming across, and Bellows saw him too. Bellows was not going to get to the front of the net. That's what I really like about Ruda, who did the same thing for Victor Hedman in the last game. Made a terrific defensive play because he knew Victor was in trouble in similar circumstance.
Ruda doesn't get a lot of attention with all the stars up along that blue line, but he's pretty steady in a lot of areas in his details, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He understands. He understands Hedman. He understands his own abilities, and he's very efficient.
That one got away from the Islanders, ends up at center ice, and it's chipped in. Up in the play there is Radish. Radish and Kachuk. Kachuk heavy forecheck there against Chara. Chara went back after Kachuk. Said you're going to have to play a few more games before you can run me like that there, Morris.
Yeah, that's for sure. 1,600 games and counting for Zdeno Chara. It's amazing at 44 years old and the size that he is, 6'9", 255, that he can still play in the league. It's because he's smart and he knows his position.
11th overall. All-time in games played, third most by a defenseman.
And, of course, terrific leader.
This one sent in. Vasilevsky behind his net, puts that one into the corner for Sergachev. Sergachev to Kallord, goes rink wide to Joseph. Joseph stripped to the puck by Pelech. Pelech trying to shake the back check there of Joseph, who's working it all the way up the ice, but Pelech gets it down there and lifts it in. Islanders with a turnover. There's a shot by Wahlstrom and a save made by Vasilevsky. Good chance there for the Islanders.
Watch Andre Vasilevsky, the concentration level, because you got to find the puck. There's bodies in front. Some of them are yours, some of them are theirs. Wahlstrom had a chance in the deep slot. He had a bead on the net. You'll get a real good look here. It's going right through the legs of Cal Foote. Vasilevsky shuts the 5-hole down. Nelson's coming through on a drive-by right on the top edge of the crease. Terrific stuff by Vasilevsky. Just drops down, never gets distracted. Even though Nelson is bumping him, he still finds the puck underneath his pad.
Green with a long-range shot got through. Vasilevsky kicked that one out as well. And it comes around the near side boards. Controlled by Sergachev to Cal Foote. In comes a quick forecheck, and Foote makes the play to get rid of it. And up ahead, down the other end of the ice is Belmar. Belmar towards the net, kicked out there by Varlamov. Back to the point for Sergachev. He'll sweep it across. Foote's wrister is up high, and that missed the mark. Foote checked by Matt Martin. Another shot comes in. It's knocked down. Maroon's stick is broken right in front of the net. He goes in to lay another hit as he heads back to the bench to get a new stick.
Yeah, Maroon's still barking at the referees too, because I think it was Pelech must have chopped his stick in front of the net right as that shot was coming and broke it in half.
Barzell up in the play with Lee. Neither can keep it going towards the net. Back the other way comes Braden Point, taking the puck wide into the middle for Cirelli, and he couldn't get a shot away as he was defended by Pulock. Good burst of speed by Braden Point and Anthony Cirelli. Here comes Point again. Toe drag, lets the shot go. That goes wide. Rebound to Cirelli. Cirelli to Point. Point dishes off. Jan Ruda winds and fires a shot that goes just wide. Hedman holds the line, gets it to Point. Good pressure now. Here's Ruda again. Ruda out in front, and it bounced right away from Palat, who was open on the near side. Some of the best pressure for the Lightning here in this second period. Cirelli across, back to the line. Here's Hedman, his shot that hits Cirelli. Rebound, save Varlamov. Rebound is there. They jam away, but Varlamov, hugging that post, keeps it out.
Excellent shift here by the Braden Point line, and Braden Point was in the middle of it most of the time with that great speed and puck handling ability. He gets them in the zone, and then they get some different looks, and they have retrievals. Anthony Cirelli, friendly fire, he's blocked that one, the shot from Hedman. And then there's the dog pile afterwards. They finally get a whistle. Ruda with the shot pass to Palat, and that ended up going off the stick of a defender in front. Islanders are stout defenders in front of their goaltenders. They don't give away much.
Face-off coming up to the right of Semyon Varlamov. Bolton will be set to take it as we've got an issue over near the timer's bench. Before we drop this puck, it looks like they're going to review something here or just reset some time.
They must be looking to see if the puck went over the line.
There was a scramble in front, and this is a quick review. It looked to me like, I mean, we couldn't see the puck, that's for sure. There was bodies all on top of it. But a quick review, and the puck did not cross the line, so they dropped the puck. There's Colton. He's waved out. He was 62% on Saturday night against the Panthers.
He's been working with Belmar in practice a lot the last little while. He was struggling for a while in the face-off dot, but Colton was outstanding last game. Took more face-offs than anybody else on the team because of it.
Boris Kachuk sends a puck into the corner. Mayfield got it to go around the boards, and this one's drifted down the ice by Bellows. Pajot hustling to make a play, could not. Now it's turned back over to Bailey. Up ahead to Bellows. Bellows inside to Pajot off his skates. He sent it around to the waiting Josh Bailey over on the near side. In behind the net is Bellows. Centering pass, and there's the stick of McDonough to bust that up. At center and lifted in. Radish at the end of his shift finishes off, keeping the Islanders deep while they complete a line change. Stamkos' line comes over the boards. Little poke check there. Turns the puck over up ahead to Killorn. Killorn inside the blue line, looks back at the point, and then cycles it back in. Out in front, quick drive by Killorn, and that goes up and over the net after the stop. Out of the corner comes Killorn again. Goes across to Stamkos. Stamkos knocks that one down. Steven Stamkos with a back pass off a skate and past Sergachev.
That whole sequence started because the Lightning stood up at their own blue line really well. It was Sergachev who knocked back the rush.
Here's a chance out in front for Joseph. He tried a one-timer on a rolling puck and fanned on it.
That Stamkos line has really got something going in this game.
They're buzzing right now on this shift, that's for sure. Past the midway point of regulation. 2-1. All the goals so far in the first period.
Stamkos line really good, making plays coming out of the zone. Through the neutral zone, they've got a lot of fear in the hearts of the New York Islanders now, so they're getting zone time. And once they get in the zone, their movement has bewildered them a couple of times. They're getting some looks at the net, including the one that Joseph scored on in the first period.
At center. Little move there made by Maroon as he sends the puck in. Varlamov into the corner. Round of the near point for Hedman. Hedman centering pass. Turned over. Cal Clutterbuck with a lead pass up ahead to Martin. Martin back to Clutterbuck. Clutterbuck throws it towards the net. Kicked aside by Vasilevsky.
Great back check by Belmar.
Islanders still out there. Clutterbuck with a drive. Parise's right in front. And he's muscled into the corner.
Hedman needs a stick.
He's in front of the net with Owen, and now it's Eddie Green walking the line. Green dishes off. Barzal cutting back on Ruda. Matthew Barzal, back and forth he goes. No lane to shoot. Still with the puck is Barzal. That one's blocked by Hedman, who races over to get his stick. It's over the near boards. Now he's got it, and he's back in the play. Aho, near side for Green. In front, tipped there by Parise. Vasilevsky's down, and the rebound is cleared.
Good coverage by the Lightning, keeping the Islanders to the outside because you're down to 4.5 man. Hedman without a stick isn't anywhere near as useful as he is with one. Smart timing on him going to get his loose stick.
Pelech with a wrist shot. That's blocked. Rebound. Vasilevsky's got it. Stretches out and covers up. On a couple of good chances for the Islanders trying to tie this up. Lightning by 1 on Bally Sports.
In the penalty box, 2 minutes for holding. He's got close quarters with Palmieri in front of the net, but it's that, loose hand, loose arm. He could see the play coming. Wanted to make sure his guy wasn't going to get that chance, but he held on a little too long. Watch Vasilevsky again with the concentration. Stays with it, has to fight off Palmieri. Still knows where the puck is. Cool and calm. Doesn't come out too far. Plays within the blue paint most of the time. Doesn't come out and challenge wildly.
Islanders control the puck off the draw. This their second power play of the night. Palmieri toe drag, snaps a shot that's high, wide, and it stays inside the line. Snapped across to Palmieri. They had one shot on their previous power play. That one hits the post. Oliver Wahlstrom, who's got 5 goals on the season, 2 of them on the power play, rang that one off the iron. They enter the zone. Beauvillier with a wrister. That's blocked right in front by Sergachev. And battling for the puck is Killorn, who starts up the right side. Alex Killorn, short-handed, just takes this one down the ice, taking more time off the clock. Oh, he was nasty. Hard from behind. In comes Cirelli. The gloves come off as nobody was happy with the hit that Brock Nelson laid on Killorn, and Cirelli's going to step up for his teammate and throw some rights.
Oh, did he ever. He landed 3 at least right on the side of the head of Brock Nelson. That was a nasty hit. And Cirelli came loaded for bear. He wanted a piece of Brock Nelson right off the bat. Killorn was tied up with one player on the end wall, and then Nelson will come in late. Here's Killorn. And then, he didn't even slow down. Killorn got up looking for him too, but he didn't have to do anything. Look at Cirelli. Yeah, you don't do that to my guy. You see a lot of this when these two teams play against each other again. It goes back to regular season play over the last couple of years, but certainly 2 years ago in the Stanley Cup playoffs where the Lightning beat them. There were a couple of big-time confrontations. Guys were running at people. I know there was, I think it was before Game 4 of the first Cup run for the Lightning. In the warm-up, Zach Bogosian, Pat Maroon, Luke Schenn, all had a standoff with Matt Martin, Mayfield, and I can't remember who else was there, Cizikas maybe. And they said, you are not running Braden Point. You are not running anybody else anymore, because it was already getting nasty in the series. And for me, I still look back at that as a watershed moment for both the Lightning Stanley Cups.
There's multiple penalties on the play. New York, number 29, has a major penalty and 5 minutes for fighting. Tampa Bay, number 71, has 2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct. The major penalty will be reviewed.
So they've handed I guess a charging major to Brock Nelson.
I would think, yeah. And they're going to review that to see.
Or it might be an elbow. Well, he didn't announce what the major was for.
Yeah.
But they do review all 5-minute majors.
And he got a decent piece of Killorn. It could have been worse for sure, but the super slow-mo doesn't show the impact and the distance that he came from. It might be a charge, whatever. And you see Cirelli's instant reaction. Was he the instigator? Yeah, absolutely. And there are times that, you know what, I mean, he's not going to get any heat from the coaching staff for this one. It's unfortunate that he ends up with all the penalty minutes that he did, Cirelli that is. But his reaction to the hit, and it's the speed of the hit.
Well, John Cooper has said openly many times that they stick up for one another in this room, and you're right, they won't have any problems. Here's a audio listen.
See, he's cruising in from well away. You only see the last couple of feet of Nelson coming in, but you could hear and feel the impact. You see Killorn get up. He wanted a piece of him right away too, but Anthony Cirelli's got to cool his jets now for the foreseeable future. See that?
Yeah.
He's not in trouble from the coach.
And you know what? This is it's the second fight of the night. It's also the second game in a row the Lightning have had a guy step up who's really not known for fighting. Braden Point got into a scrap on Saturday night against Patrick Hornquist, and tonight Anthony Cirelli, who I believe has got less fights than Point does, steps up against a big guy in Nelson.
Yeah, and it started off with, of course, Zdeno Chara, who, as I said, has been playing extremely aggressive hockey over the last 4 or 5 games. He's stepped up his game because of that. And Pat Maroon, not many guys will go with Chara, but I think Chara knew that based on past experience that he would. And it's a thankless job to go up against Zdeno Chara, but Pat Maroon did it, and he did it willingly. And you heard Newsy Lalonde talk about that in the interview with Gabby in the first intermission. It takes a lot of guts, and sometimes you just got to do it. You got to oblige the big guy. And yes, they are reviewing this to see if the major penalty
will
for Nelson stands.
Yeah, which will be a power play, 3-minute power play. My math is correct. So Cirelli down the tunnel with 2, 5, and 10. With 7:04 remaining here in the second period. They're taking a long time. And now we're going to get the announcement here from the officiating crew. This is Garrett Rank who's going to make the announcement.
After video review, New York Islanders number 29 has a minor penalty for charging, 5 minutes for fighting. 71 on Tampa has 2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct.
So Cirelli ends up the loser on that one because he's got the 10 extra minutes as they downgraded it from a major to a minor for charging.
Well, I don't agree with that one. The only thing I can think of is that maybe he didn't get the majority of Killorn. He only got a piece of Killorn, which is fortunate for Killorn because he really could have got racked up pretty well against the wall there. Because the distance that Brock Nelson covered, I thought, could have easily been a charge, and the intent was there. But at any rate, they made their decision. It is what it is. And the Lightning now are short-staffed and will be for the 2, the 5, and the 10 for Anthony Cirelli. As far as being short-staffed, not being able to use them for that amount of time.
Still a power play in effect for the Islanders with Bogosian still in the box serving his minor. Minute 15 to go in this Islanders power play. So Matt Barzal, who's had a chance to rest, sends the puck in. Bounces around to the corner. Bellemare gets to it, held it to the line. Moved across to Pajot. Jean-Gabriel Pajot drops it off for Barzal. Little back pass to Aho. Near side for Barzal. Moves in, shoots up high. Try to handcuff Vasilevsky there, but nothing doing. He's got it.
Right before all the big altercations and everything happened, there was a real close call for the Lightning. This one ended up going off the goalpost. That was directed by Brock Nelson. Changed direction completely on Vasilevsky.
Puck comes out in front. Sergachev onto the backhand, hard off the boards and down the ice. 40 seconds remaining in this Islanders power play. 6.5 to go in the second period. I think the fans remember the Eastern Conference Final and the atmosphere from last spring, back in June. Barzal dancing around just outside the line, dishes near side for Pajot, and that one gets away from Barzal. Up the wall, good keep in by Aho. Now he walks the line, dishes down into the corner. There's Sergachev with some aggressive penalty kill, comes free, and bang down the ice by Radish.
During his 2-game suspension, Sergachev talked about watching his play, in other words, watching tape, and seeing that he wasn't aggressive enough with his stick positioning wasn't good enough. What a play he just made. He learned something.
They kill it off. Keane's back at 5-on-5. Now Palmieri steps in. And another penalty call coming up here. This one's going to go against the Lightning again. And now some pushing and shoving in the corner, but the Islanders are about to get back-to-back power plays. 5.5 to go in this second period. We will sort this out when we come back to Amalie Arena on Bally Sports. Bonus play, getaway promotion. It's so much gift. The Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly.
Well, Victor Hedman's in the penalty box, 2 minutes for tripping. We showed you that as we were going to break. The New York Islanders are going to need 2 goaltenders this year for sure. Sorokin played the first 9 games this year and 10 of the first 11 because Varlamov was injured. We talked about the 13 straight games on the road. This is number 12. It'll end for them to start. What a way to start that is. On top of that, they have 19 sets of back-to-back games this year. That's the most in the National Hockey League. So are you going to need 2 goaltenders when you have a schedule like that? Varlamov is healthy again. He's in the pipes tonight.
Third power play of the night for the Islanders. Back-to-back power plays here in the late stages of this second period. They're 0 for 2 with 2 shots on net so far with a man advantage and 1 post. Right out the draw, Belmar jumps onto the puck, chips it in there, takes more time off the clock to start on this penalty kill. Belmar, as advertised when he was brought in by Julien Brisebois, adding an excellent element on the penalty kill this season. Puck goes into the corner. McDonough's down there. So is Jan Ruda. Dug out of there by Beauvillier. He'll get it back to Ryan Pulock. Beauvillier near side. Back to Ryan Pulock. Beauvillier moves in. Trying to backhand feed. Knocked down by Belmar, and he couldn't get it out. Trying to make a fancy play. He recovers, however. And now he springs Joseph. And it's 1-on-1. Matthew Joseph just fires one that goes off the shins of Pulock, and he is down. He is laboring to get back to the bench. Sent back in, up the boards, and cleared confidently this time by Killorn.
Belmar doesn't usually make those mistakes. Make a nice play to turn the puck over. Don't get fancy trying to make a play, especially trying to feather a puck through a guy's feet, and you're still in your own end.
I saw Pulock over on the bench laboring. He's the leading shot blocker for the Islanders, and that one left a mark. 38 seconds to go, the man advantage. Nothing doing so far, but they got some time, and that back pass is going to pull everybody out. Barzal quickly back inside to Pajot into the middle, and they just can't set up that structure for the PK. Getting it done right now. Killorn with a quick stick, and then a check on Barzal, sending him back again. Quickly up to Bailey. Bailey tries to go rink wide. That's off a lightning skate. It's at the feet, knocked free by Bailey. Here they come with a chance. Dancing around is Barzal. Tried a little move there and couldn't get a shot just as Hedman steps out of the box.
Bogosian with a really good recovery because he was beaten on the first move by Barzal. But Barzal hung on a little too long, and Bogosian had a good recovery, knocked the puck off his stick. But that puck should have been out of the zone, too. That was Sergachev who had a chance to get it out and didn't.
Team's back at 5-on-5. They've killed another one off. Here's Braden Point, gets it back to Hedman. Quick shot, that's blocked by Green. Green's initial pass, turned over, and back the other way comes Stamkos. He tried to fire a backhanded pass across. That never got through. Lightning stay on top of the puck. Hedman across the line to Ruda in front. Tipped by Stamkos. Rebound cleared by Clutterbuck. Good pushback by Tampa Bay after the penalty kill. Back-to-back penalty kills here in this second period as the puck goes up and out of play with 2:38 on the clock in this period. Well, your Tampa Bay area BMW centers want to remind you to tune into Bally Sports on Thursday night as the Lightning travel to the city of brotherly love to take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Coverage begins with Lightning Live pregame at 6:30. Bolts, Flyers, Thursday night right here on Bally Sports.
Here comes the fourth line for John Cooper again, the Ross Colton line that did play with a lot of energy last game, created a lot of good things. They've been on the puck, and their young guys are showing that they know what to do in each situation, how to protect the puck and where it should go.
Rink wide, Ryan McDonough. McDonough steps in on the line, takes a wrister that fools Varlamov and just goes wide. At center, now stepping in. That's Anders Lee. Fourth year as the captain of the New York Islanders. Banked back to the point for Mayfield. Mayfield in towards the net, gets through, and Vasilevsky makes another save.
Good boxing out in front of the net there. That was Sergachev and McDonough. In the last 2 minutes or so of this second period, getting positioning in front of the net and tying guys' sticks up is important. Look at Sergachev and then look at McDonough. Yeah, there are sticks waving around. You can't do everything. You can't grab a guy's stick. But you have to be on the right side of them. See how they're both on the defensive side of both New York Islanders. That gives Vasilevsky a chance to make the saves, and then they're ready if there's any rebound.
Islanders have been controlling the faceoffs. There's a quick shot right off the draw as it came right to Bellows. And Karam did caught some of the netting in behind. That got the whistle, but they pulled that back, and Bellows ended up with a great chance.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of startling chances all of a sudden, because Victor Hedman gets pickpocketed. When you try to make a play up through the middle of the ice, and Bellows had nothing to lose there by guessing, and boy, did he guess right. Victor reacted, and it ends up getting deflected, but ouch, those ones through the middle of the ice in your own end, you have to be sure.
Shots are 10-4 right now in this second period. New York aided by a couple of power plays, but they've been putting a lot of pucks to the net. The only goals scored in the first. Right now the go-ahead goal has been scored by Anthony Cirelli, who was issued 2, 5, and 10 after his fight, and the instigator against Brock Nelson. We won't see him until well into the third period. Down low in behind the Islanders' net. Onto the back end is Pajot, and he'll make the play across to Adam Pelech. Lifted back down off the shin pad there of Hedman, who jumps up in the play. Pass for Maroon, missed him. Hedman goes banging in there along the end boards. Oliver Wahlstrom back the other way, lobs it in there. And back to retrieve it is Ruda. Corey Perry now. Checked by Bellows. Perry taking a number there. I think he was surprised by that hit. And we get a whistle as Bellows is jammed away for that puck that's under Corey Perry. And this thing's threatening to boil over again here.
Pajot and Ruda pushing and shoving, a little extra elbows and gloves. We're not done yet. Then the big boy comes in here and said, okay, I'll settle this. Boy, Chara really has been super aggressive. Along the wall, Corey Perry's covering up in the corner in his own end. He'll get popped here by Kiefer Bellows. That got everybody's attention. He ends up staying and sitting on the puck, basically. Perry does. And Victor with a little message sending for Kiefer Bellows.
Meantime, the conversation is still happening with Perry, who's being directed to the bench. He was having a conversation with Mayfield, and now it's Ruda. Chara's in there, and everybody's still discussing matters.
That's Pajot and Ruda, who were jawing away while the other stuff was going on.
A reminder, this game started with a Pat Maroon-Zdeno Chara fight right off the opening faceoff. And prior to this game, Barry Trotz said, I don't want my players to forget the bad taste in their mouth from losing that 7-game series in the Eastern Conference Final. I want them to bring that into tonight.
And I have a feeling that Pat Maroon's kind of reminding them about that, because he's kind of slowly making his way across. Oh yeah, see, that's Matt Martin going back on Maroon. Pat's not shy, and neither is Matt Martin. And this goes back to the first cup and all the stuff that went on, the fights and the hard driving into the wall and the elbows and the punches in the back of the head and the punches straight in the face.
This is the first of 3 regular season meetings between these two. They won't play again until March, and then again in April. Both of those ones at the brand new arena, UBS Arena. So finally we get the puck drop happening just outside the Tampa Bay blue line with 1:12 to go here in the second. Won by the Lightning. Bogosian banks it up. Intercepted and skated in by Pelech. Pelech fakes a shot, takes the puck wide, throws it at the net from a sharp angle, stopped by Vasilevsky. Joseph with the outlet play to Stamkos and then chipped down into the final minutes of the middle frame. At center, McDonough sends it back in. Varlamov waits for it, plays it back into the corner. Palmieri. Springs Bailey. Bailey snaps the puck in. Vasilevsky will stop it in behind his net. Bailey came in there quickly, forced him to move it, and he did. But now the Islanders have it. Dancing around, they send it back to the line. Green, near side from Mayfield. Pass was behind him, and that allows Killorn to make the play. Beauvillier with a lead pass. Crisscrossing across the offensive zone is Zach Parise. Bouncing puck, points is over there along the sideboards. Banked up ahead, he was trying to get it to Joseph. And time is going to tick away in what turns out to be an eventful but scoreless second period. It was 2-1 after 1, and now it is 2-1 after 2. Stay tuned for your local Honda dealer second intermission report. Here's what's coming up. Gabby Shirley is going to have an interview with Matthew Joseph. Dave Andrechuk will join me right here in the booth to discuss the second period, and we'll have a sneak preview of tonight's episode of Recharge, airing immediately following the game here tonight, plus highlights and stats as per normal. Another tight one between these two, Brian.
Yeah, 2 years ago, let's flash back and take a look at the standoff that they had. This is before the game started. I want to say it was game 4. See, Zach Bogosian was here 2 years ago. There's Luke Schenn, Pat Maroon, Mayfield, Matt Martin, because it had gotten rough, and the series has been rough all along, and they've been running at some big guys, some of the main guys for the Lightning, like Kucherov and Braden Point. And to me, I still go back to that as a watershed moment that set up both cup wins for the Lightning, because they stood up to the Islanders at that point. And all the guys that are on both teams right now that remember all that stuff, that's why this game is being played the way it is now.
Let's take it downstairs. Here is Gabby Shirley.
Matthew, Brock Nelson hits Alex Killorn behind the net. His 5-minute major is ultimately reduced to a 2-minute minor. What do you think of Anthony Cirelli's reaction to that hit?
That was great. You know, I thought it was a pretty dangerous hit from blind side, from behind, and you know, Tony jumped in there right away, and you know, he stepped up for his teammate, and that's what Tony does. He's a warrior, and you know, great job by him.
Do you expect this chippiness to continue into the third period?
Yeah, it's, you know, both teams play hard, and it's not that much room on the ice, and you know, I think you're battling for every inch out there. So, you know, I think obviously there's a lot of hits and a lot of bodies tonight, and you know, sometimes things get chippier.
Do you think that can add to your game to hopefully add on to this lead?
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a group of guys that works extremely hard, and you know, I think we're gonna have to bring that in the third period if we want to come up with a win.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Dave, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Gabby. Thanks to Matthew. And the table is set indeed for an entertaining third period. A one-goal game between the Islanders and the Lightning. Dave Andrechuk is standing by to break down the events from this evening. You're watching Lightning Hockey on Valley Sports. Brought to you by your local Honda dealer and by Car Shield. Car Shield cars go farther. There's the score through 40 minutes here at Amalie Arena. More coming up in our second intermission right after this. It's still a one-goal game through 40 minutes. 2-1, Tampa Bay leads it over the New York Islanders right here on Valley Sports.
Hey fans, purchase tickets for the Lightning Foundation's 50-50 raffle presented by Moffitt Cancer Center to help support hundreds of local charities. Each home game this season will feature a single pot with a winner being selected during the third period of each home game. Visit bolts5050.com to purchase tickets, do good, and win big. Back up in the booth, joined by the captain, Dave Andrechuk, on this Hall of Fame night in the Hall of Fame in Toronto. And the ceremony's going on there amongst the honorees. Rick Peckham in the media category. So let's talk about the second period here. No goals, but lots going on.
Yeah, there was definitely some bad blood boiling over, probably from the playoff series. The Lightning did not get on track. We were in the box 3 times, so they had to kill 3 penalties. So not a lot of flow to that period, but there was some intensity for sure, even after the whistle, which we don't see very often from both of these teams.
Well, let's take a look at the Honda highlights and take a look back at what took place.
Yeah, and you think of Andrei Vasilevsky in his period, he stopped all 11 shots. And those 3 power plays, they only had 2 chances. This is Anders Lee from the side there, and then this is Wahlstrom right down the middle of the ice. He makes a good save with a little bit of traffic in front of the net, and then right off the face-off, Vasi tracks that all the way through. Lightning did end up with 3 shots in the period. That was probably their best chance from there. Killorn ends up missing the net there from Stamkos. This one here is a bouncing puck that Joseph doesn't corral. Right off the post there by Wahlstrom. That was on the power play. And then this at the end of the period happens. That's Brock Nelson. And it's Anthony Cirelli that challenges Brock Nelson. Maybe a little bit of bad blood from 2 years ago. Game 1 in the bubble. If you remember that Killorn got suspended for 1 game for hitting Brock Nelson. So he's probably been in the back of his mind, but Anthony Cirelli does a nice job of jumping right in there. He did get 2 minutes for an instigator, which comes with an automatic 10 minutes. So we won't see Anthony for the first part of this period.
We expected a close, intense game, and that's exactly what we're getting. And lots of hockey to be played, still a third period. Then we got the post-game show. But we want to remind you to stay tuned right here on Bally Sports. After the game, a brand new episode of Recharge will air. We got a preview for you now, and amongst the things you will hear tonight is the head coach being asked about the possibility of a three-peat.
If you really start thinking of it in that perspective, with the amount of teams that are in the league and then winning 3 in a row, nobody does it. And not only does nobody really do it, that nobody has a chance to, because people rarely win 2 in a row. So we have that chance, and so I don't think anybody's taking that lightly, and we're going to try and give it our best shot.
Go, go, go! Skate, skate!
We just want to continue to have that feeling, champions. I think that's what really drives us.
That's a battle there, boys!
When the guys call you and the first thing they say is, we want to win again, that's a pretty cool statement.
You know, now we won it 2 years in a row, and, you know, we're hungry for more.
For the Lightning, it may be the most daunting challenge in franchise history, but one they certainly will not shy away from.
That's good stuff. Recharge right after we are done here at Amalie Arena tonight. What are you looking for in the third period with a 1-goal lead?
Well, I think they want to stay out of the box, obviously, start to roll their lines again. We saw a good forechecking period by the Lightning when they were able to roll their lines, and they were one after another. I think if they stay out of the box, it's still going to be tough to create chances against the Islanders. We know that, no doubt. But they do have that 1-goal lead. How are they going to protect it in the third period? They've been good with that most of the year.
Yes, indeed. A 7-game point streak on the line for the Tampa Bay Lightning, taking a 1-goal lead into that third period, thanks to Dave Andrechuk. We'll take another break, and Brian Engblom will be back in the booth, and we'll get set for the third period right after this on Bally Sports. Lightning Hockey on Bally Sports has been brought to you by Mid-Florida, Florida's Community Credit Union. And by Hyundai. Get the Hyundai you've always wanted. It's your journey. Own it. 6 times in the last 8 games, the Lightning have taken a lead into the third period. And it's a slim one, 1-0 over a 1-goal lead, 2-1
over a team that you know is going to make a push. The Islanders outshot Tampa Bay badly in that second period. They're looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. What do the Lightning have to do to steer this home?
Puck security. Somebody said that to me during the break, and it was you, and it's a good way to put it. They have to be better in their own ends. Running around in your own zone by the New York Islanders is not a good feeling. In that second period, they were able to create that. They got some good looks in the net, and that led to the imbalance in the shots on goal. Vasilevsky's been terrific again in this game. They have to give him some good support. Yeah, there were some stretches there where they had good coverage in front of the net. They boxed out well. The Islanders always go to the net well. They always get the puck to the point, and they'll have bodies in front. So when you get a chance to touch the puck inside your own zone, it better get out, especially when you're shorthanded. You can't make the little mistakes like that. Don't get cute against the Islanders. It'll come back to bite you.
Those are the numbers for Vasi his last 7 games. Sterling, as always, 17 saves tonight. Lightning Hockey is presented by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers.
I really like the Stamkos line in this game. I think they've done a really good job, and they've created some heat nearly every time they've been out there. Joseph has a goal already. They moved the puck well. Killorn's having another stellar game. If Stammer can get free and get 1 or 2 on net, you know that he's deadly. Even from distance, they need to keep up that.
Shots on goal in that second period, 12-3 in favor of the Islanders. And this is on track to be the most physical game the Lightning have been involved in this season. They had a little over 70 hits in a game against the Colorado Avalanche in this building a few weeks ago, and there's 59 combined so far through 40 minutes tonight.
And look who Barry Trotz has out there. Matt Martin on left wing. You know what he's going to do. Pajot really good on the forecheck. Those two guys, they're going to try and pick it up and do the same thing. Get it deep and get on them.
Puck is won off the draw by Pajot. Martin lost his helmet, and he wants to go with Corey Perry. And Perry is not going to accept the invitation. He picked up his stick and kept on playing. Inside the line it goes. Thought we were going to see our 3rd fight of the night.
The technicality, doesn't he have to go right to the bench as soon as his helmet is off? They gave him some leeway.
They did. There's a shot that goes wide. He did get some leeway because you do have to get right back to the bench, whether you're looking to get into a fight or not. Play goes on as Maroon sends it outside the blue line. Back out at center. Pass up ahead of Chara. Chara onto the backhand and in. Belmar deep in his own zone. Forecheck arrives from Brock Nelson. Clear to the line, not out. Held there by Mayfield. Here's Palmieri. Palmieri holds, shoots, and there's the save made by Vasilevsky.
Palmieri's been in a shooting mode. He's trying to get his first goal of the season. Corey Perry and Matt Martin, they're still going at it. Martin wants a piece of him verbally. This is how it started off, beginning of a period. And the helmet comes off right away. So technically, he's supposed to go right to the bench. But he got the benefit of the doubt because he's kind of calling on Corey Perry. Perry's not going to fight him. He does turn around and go, but they gave him some leeway there.
Face off to the right to Vasilevsky. Lee's in there as Braden points. Resets. And it's knocked back by Hedman. He came in to help out points on that draw. Lifted up in the air, knocked down by Pelech and back inside the Tampa Bay blue line. Moved across to Hedman, worked down the ice, intercepted. There's a pass up towards Barzal, but that would have been offside. He clears the zone and the Lightning step out. Here comes Palat. Palat cuts in, leaves the puck there for Colton. Colton shoots, saved by Varlamov on a good release by Ross Colton. Back in transition come the Islanders. Parisi dumps it in. Hedman snaps it around the boards. Colton finds points in stride. Braden Point, 1-on-2, takes it wide, centers it back across, and that's broken up by Barzal. We got a track meet on our hands right now. Barzal, near side for Bellows. His shot well wide of the mark, and this one's going to back up Andy Green. Green near side for Aho. Long little wrister into the glove of Vasilevsky. He keeps the play moving. That one is going to be icing. Did not touch anybody way down, and it's coming all the way back inside the Tampa Bay blue line.
Lots of speed early on to Ross Colton, getting some extra time. John Cooper had talked about the fact that I'd like to play him more. So with Cirelli out of the lineup, he's getting an extra look here. Comes out with Braden Point and Andre Palat. Nice little crisscross. And he ever get that shot away nicely too. Colton's got really good hands.
Wrister attempt by Ryan Pulock was blocked. Pulock had a shot block in the second period that really rattled him in the leg, but he appears as though he's all right now. Pajot back the other way. He'll take a shot. That's wide. This one's trapped and held by Pulock. Sends it back around. Joseph. He clears the zone with a pass up the center for Killorn. Killorn. He'll hold on to the puck and then dump it in. Waiting for it down low. His foot hops over his stick. Stamkos keeps it moving back to the point for Taylor Radish. Back into the corner he goes. Chara leans on Stamkos, and this one's lifted out by Bailey. Foot settles it down and gives it up to Sergachev. Mikhail Sergachev back to Foot. Had to reset with Colton there. Lightning have the puck. Sent back down. Varlamov comes out of his net to play it. In comes Kachuk, trying to put it out in front there for Radish. And it's so hard to make passes in that defensive zone against this team.
And Chara with some excellent footwork there. Stopped that centering pass.
Beauvillier sends it around the dasher. Over the far point, that's Mayfield. Mayfield makes one little move and then sends it back around. Jan Ruda to Colton, back out to center. Sebastian Aho dumps that one in. Waiting for it is Vasilevsky. Got it to Hedman. They'll put it around the boards. Knocked down by Barzil. He tried to get it deep and could not. That one's pulled down by Palat with a burst of speed. He's back the other way. Palat with a wrist shot that goes up into the netting behind Varlamov.
Lightning getting the puck down low, and looked like they're going to have a quick bang-bang play along the wall. But watch, Zdeno Chara is going to come back, and he uses the big frame. Varlamov turns the puck over on that forecheck by Kachuk, and then look at nice little play there by Chara, because coming late on the play was Radish, and Radish had the open side of the net. Yeah, he was being checked by Brock Nelson, but Chara with a good defensive play there.
Belmar settles in to take this draw. He's their top faceoff man percentage-wise right now. Just a little bit ahead of Stamkos. This one takes a bounce dangerously out in front of the net, but nobody there except for Green. Lifted back down the ice. Bogosian gets there, puts it around the boards for the waiting Belmar. And the Islanders send it right back in. Sent back. McDonough puts it hard up the boards, and now it's skated into by Belmar. He'll leave it for Maroon. Back to Pierre-Edouard Belmar. Corey Perry has that puck bounce over his stick, puts it back inside for Maroon. Walks it up the boards, throws it back across to the top point for McDonough. His wrist shot knocked down. They chop away. Bouncing puck in front of that New York net. And the Islanders get a hold of it. This is the line John Cooper would desperately like to see creating some goals on the board.
Yeah, Belmar, Maroon, and Corey Perry. He said they have a calming influence, which is kind of funny for tonight after the fight by Maroon before the game even started officially. And Corey Perry mixing up.
Beauvillier, his shot blocked right in front of him by Ryan McDonough. He was open and then he wasn't. This one sends across, and that did come outside the blue line. Thought it may have been held in, but it is offside after a close call and a good shot block by McDonough.
The pace slowed down a little bit in that second period, but boy, they started off right off the bat in this third period at high speed, high tempo. And there's a steal by Palmieri, keeps the puck inside the zone. Nice deflection at the last second there. I think Sergachev's the one got his stick on it. Beauvillier is one of the ones that lately has been, the game's been a bit of a struggle for him, and another one of the New York Islanders that they're hoping to get some more production from.
Face off just outside the Tampa Bay blue line. Pulled back by Matthew Barzal, who's got their only goal tonight. Scored on a breakaway way back in the first period. All 3 goals that were scored in the first. Back in the corner, Parisi. He's closed off on by Hedman. Barzal now drops it off for Aho. Aho almost left it there and gets it deep. Barzal tried a centering pass. That's cut off. Comes to the near side boards. More banging and crashing. Ruda with a heavy hit there on Anders Lee. Aho off the boards. Fights the puck just a bit, but again gets it deep. Now Hedman. The Lightning keeping everything to the outside right now. And now out of the fray comes Point. Point through center. Now in over the blue line. Braden Point cuts back. Looks for help. High in the zone. Lots of room. Fakes the shot. Hangs on. Drops it off for Hedman. Leaves it for Sergachev for Palat. His shot. Rebound. And they can't find it on the back end. Colson was right there. And it just got away from him. Puck stays inside the line. Here's Matt Martin, who was denied the fight invitation to start this third period from Corey Perry, or towards Corey Perry. Picked up now by Mayfield. Mayfield with the outlets. Matt Martin chips it in. 7 minutes gone in the third period. Another heavy collision along the inboards. This one to the line, and that is another offside call. Exactly 13 minutes remaining in the third. Still 2-1 in Tampa.
Both so fast, so shifty. Point followed him around in the defensive zone, did a great job on him, then stole the puck, and then watch him go. He drives the defense back with his speed, gets great penetration, and then he'll end up going to the net, and the shot from the point is then going to end up hitting him in the shin pads. It almost goes in right there. The rebound comes out. It was a terrific shift all the way around. Braden, as good as he is carrying the puck and getting the zone with the puck, he is very conscientious in his own zone. Did an excellent job on Barzal before he turned that puck over.
Points in 7 of his last 10 games, including the overtime winner on Saturday night. Islanders with the puck inside the line again. Dished off to Pelech. Pelech towards the net, and a roller scooped up calmly and coolly by Vasilevsky.
Seen Vasi do that a lot this year. I remember more of it, it seems, more often. Literally scooping the puck off the ice with his glove. It's a good play. The puck rolling, bouncing a little bit here. Oh, it is just off the ice. From up here, it looked like it was maybe just along the ice a little bit more than that, but he's been very adept at just snuffing plays out. Been very tidy night tonight. You need a tidy night from your goaltender when you play against the Islanders.
He has started 12 of the 14 games so far this season. Aho with a shot that goes wide. Mayfield jumps in there, push that one into the corner. Hedman now works it up the boards to Killorn. His outlet reaches Matthew Joseph. Joseph, one of the goal scorers tonight for the Lightning, chases that one into the corner. Mayfield now makes the play, relieves some pressure momentarily. Now Hedman steps up and gets it turned over to Killorn. Here's Alex Killorn, makes one little move, got it away to Ruda. Swung all the way around the wall, quick shot, that goes wide, met by Ruda, who takes another drive that goes wide. Back to Hedman, there's another shot and a glove save by Varlamov, who's going back and forth, left to right, and he's got it.
A little pinball action there. Anybody else want to play? Victor Hedman on one side and his partner Jan Ruda on the other. They just kept missing the target. But it is sustained pressure, and they will have a face-off in the offensive zone. Out comes the Belmar line. The calming line.
Oh, I get his point, and I would agree with it.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's no
just
doubt
not tonight.
I just think he'd like to see some goals, too.
Yeah,
and sure. Corey Perry would love to see one. He's still waiting for his first goal as a member of the Lightning. Adam Pelech at center, gets it through and down, in deep into the zone. Bounces out in front. There's Perry with a defensive play to knock it back into the corner. Belmar challenged. In goes McDonough to lay the body. Corey Perry settles it down, makes the outlet pass, and Bogosian jumps in after it. and fires the puck back in. Zdeno Chara. Long lead pass up the center ice. Bailey does the rest, lifting it back in for the Islanders. This one comes free for McDonough. Makes the play, swooping out in front of his own net, and it's lifted back down. But this one is going to be icing against Tampa Bay. Here's tonight's Road Ahead, brought to you by Toyota.
Tampa Bay Lightning are in a pretty good stretch where they're mostly at home, but the next game is on the road at Philadelphia coming up. Then they're home to New Jersey, and maybe the surprising Minnesota Wild coming in too, off to a great start. New Jersey too, for that matter.
Yeah, and back-to-back home games Saturday, Sunday, and early starts as well. You want to take note of that. To check it out right here on Bally Sports. We'll have all of that action for you.
Yeah, I don't know that we've seen the league start to settle out yet, Dave. Even though we're coming up on American Thanksgiving, we usually say what starts to happen then is pretty much a predictor of how the season's going to be. But some teams that people thought, they aren't very good. How about Anaheim out west? Maybe Minnesota more than people thought. Islanders down, but kind of expectedly because of their schedule at the bottom of their division. We still got a ways to go to sort things out.
Braden Point centers it across, and the pass a little too hot to handle on the business end as Radish was going hard to the net. Here comes Point again. Stops up at the half wall. Back to the line. Sergachev moves it across. Hedman snaps one in there. There's Palat, and Varlamov made the save. It was in a crowd. Rebound is cleared off the glass and out.
I don't know who that went off of because two guys were swinging at it, both Radish and Palat.
Here's a chance for Palat again, and the pass rolled away from him. Chases that one into the corner. Some good chances now here. Palat shrugs off the check. Works it down low. Oh, there's a big hit. Radish keeps it going, keeps the feet moving, but the Islanders take off with the puck. Zach Bogosian. Braden Point. Here's McDonough with a long lead pass up ahead to Perry. Perry with a space pass. Maroon, backhander. Saved by Varlamov. Rebound pulled down and moved out.
What a great little area pass on the backhand by Corey Perry.
That one off the stick of Perry to prevent Wahlstrom from receiving that pass. This one's going rink wide. Off the boards. Taking it is Belmar. Belmar drops it back for Perry. Perry lugs that one into the corner, then banks it around. Hustling in there is Hedman. Maroon's down low, so it's Corey Perry. Here's Maroon. Back to the point for Ruda. There's a collision in the corner. There's a shot that goes wide. Delayed penalty call is coming up, and it's going to be interference coming up here. Power play on the way. 9:21 to go in the third period.
In this third period, and Matt Martin sees the chance to give it to Perry, and he's going to get an interference call. Oh yeah, he whacked him hard all right, but the puck was already gone. Perry's already looking around, and Martin goes to the box. Here's the chance that I was talking about earlier. Look at the bad luck for Andre Palat. That goes off of both his feet. I think it even touches his stick blade. He's got the whole 4x6, but it bounces over his stick, and Varlamov was able to clean up the loose change before Pally can get another stick on it.
So power play for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Their personnel comes out there, which includes Anthony Cirelli. First time we've seen him since the middle part of the second period after he picked up a 10-minute misconduct to go along with the 2 and the 5. So he's out there, but the Islanders have the puck. Pellick drops it up for Pajot. Pajot shot blocked, and it's picked up.
No.
Oh, Cirelli got hurt with that shot blocked.
Right in the mouth. He just came back, and now he gets it right in the face.
Stays on the bench for now. Lightning carry the puck in. Palat swings it around the boards. Waiting for it is Stamkos. Stamkos to Braden Point. As they set things up, Point dancing around, drops it off to Victor Hedman. Hedman banks it off the end boards. Andre Palat with it now in the corner. Back up top to Point. Point up high to Hedman. Hedman, Braden Point, winds, fires, and that's just wide. Looking for a tip at the side of the goal. This one's chipped down the ice.
I think if Victor takes one of those shots early on, it'll give Braden Point more room to move in on that angle.
Lightning set. Back to the point now for Sergachev. Across, trying to find Stamkos. Stamkos saucers it back to Sergachev. Here's Point again. Point settles the puck down and then saucers it back to Sergachev. Goes over his stick and down the ice. 40 seconds to go with the man advantage. Sergachev in behind his own net. Cirelli's making his way down the tunnel as we speak. Radish chips that one in there. Corey Perry's up in the play as well. So is Colton. And the Islanders break that one up and send it back down. Vasilevsky plays it away from the goal. Sergachev near side for Radish. Taylor Radish back into the middle. Trying to find Colton. Here's Moreau now. His shot. Saved by Varlamov. Perry cuts that one off, but in front to Maroon. Didn't get all of it. And it flutters just wide. Power play is over. There's Martin out of the box. Quick pass up the ice for Nelson. Following up is Pajot, and that feed was in behind Matt Martin. So a big kill for the Islanders. There's a chance, and Vasilevsky got a piece and kicked that out, and it caught the outside of the post there, the finish.
Boy, Matt Martin's timing was perfect as he came out of the penalty box, and he had a gift right there in front of the net.
Aho, long-range wrist shot, swallowed up by Vasilevsky, and he will hold on for the face-off.
After it all evened out, Matt Martin got back out of the box. Here he is, and he walks his way into the middle of the ice, eludes McDonough's stick just for a second. Look at Vasilevsky again. So patient, does such a good job. Poor Anthony Cirelli had spent all that time with his penalties, deflects his own puck, and that one came out and hit him right in the mush.
Point against Lee. Lee pulls it back. He gets a little help from his mates, and it's chip free, and here they come. Odd man rush. Palat in there. Shoots. Save. Rebound. Killorn. Varlamov down. Holding that thing out. Where is that puck? They score! On the backside. It's found by Point, and he buries it.
So many good things on this play, starting with Palat, and then it ends with Mayfield without a stick, and Braden Point is all alone because of that. But here's the 2-on-1. Palat makes the right call. Shoot the puck. Varlamov can't handle the rebound. Excellent work by Killorn to keep the play alive, and Palat. Then Mayfield. Mayfield loses his stick. You see that? So he's holding up literally on Killorn. Can't control the puck. Can't clear it. Right there, there's a stick. So then Mayfield needs help. That means Braden Point is more all alone, and Braden Point doesn't need a second chance.
Yeah, way too much net for him to shoot at, so it's now 3-1. And the Islanders press right back. Long-range slap shot goes just wide. Point now with goals in back-to-back games. That's number 6 on the season for him. 3 unanswered by the Lightning tonight. Wahlstrom trying to make something happen. New York pressing again. Hedman broke his stick, gets another one back very quickly from the bench. Chipped back in by Killorn. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation.
Oh, what a hit by Killorn along the end wall there. Just crushed Andy Green. I love the way Killorn's played again in this game.
Green heads, yeah, Green heads to the bench. Now here's Stamkos. Stamkos now all the way around the net. Takes it for a loop, puts it back to the line. Held there, the point by McDonough. His shot there, down again. There's Kachuk, and it just rolls past the point. Kachuk and Radish causing problems in and around that Islander net right now. Now another penalty call coming up here, and things are going to come unglued as Chara's into it again.
Look at this.
This is Kachuk and Chara.
Way to go, kid. Not many people go after the big man, Chara. But Kachuk got one up in the face area, and he wasn't happy, and he just turned around and responded. He went right after the big man, who's been all riled up since the puck drop to start this game, and look at Boris Tkachuk.
I think they like Bo in this building. This is a big moment for him. 3-1.
Right by the net. He gets it for high sticking. It could be cross-checking. He gets him right up under the throat. Tkachuk, that is. Tkachuk goes, he just reacts, comes right back at the big man, and they end up just kind of tackling each other. So Chara gets the extra 2 minutes, and well, he should for the high stick. They both get 10 minutes. And then all the rest of the guys try to join in. I saw a little chuckle from John Cooper as Tkachuk went off the ice and right to the locker room. Yeah, it was great. Way to go, kid. That's what he's thinking.
Oh, yeah.
All fired up. Just be careful you don't bite off more than you can chew.
So another power play here for the Lightning. They are 0 for 2 tonight. Trying to add to their 2-goal lead after the third period goal by Braden Point. Cleared by the Islanders, who need this kill with 5 minutes to go in regulation. Out comes Stamkos. He'll swing it back, and it's picked up by Hedman. He'll drop it off for Points. Point enters the zone just inside the line. Stamkos is checked there along the near side boards, and Pelech comes away with a puck for New York. Now Pelech's up in the play. Tried to move a pass across for Pajot. That's broken up. And quickly in transition, the Lightning come back. Stepping in, here's Points. Point throws it back. Hedman holds. Stamkos, one-timer! Scores! Steven Stamkos, top shelf power play goal. And it's 4-1 Lightning.
Gaining the zone under control is the start, but Victor Hedman really makes a play here. Watch Victor at the top of your screen. He's in such good position, you're thinking, come on, shoot it. Look at Varlamov. Varlamov has to look through a screen, so give Palat some credit. Is Victor Hedman going to shoot it? By the time Varlamov realizes, no, he's not, the puck is already on the way to Stamkos. And Stamkos' radar is intact. What a shot.
8th goal of the season for Stamkos, his 4th on the power play, and it's 4-1 with just over 4 minutes remaining here in the third period. Here's another quick shot by Colton, who was at one point leading the team in shots and hits after the second period. And another penalty has been called. It's going to be a slash against Brock Nelson. And the Lightning, after having just scored on the man advantage, are going to get another power play right here. A bigger part, it's not Nelson.
New York penalty number 11, minor, slashing.
It's Parise.
Well, some frustration level. They're down by 3 goals now. And Lightning really have some juice, so they're on the move. Good job by Radish, keeps his feet moving, and you can see the slash by number 11, Zach Parise.
So how this game has turned, the Islanders scored tonight on their 2nd shot on goal. Since then, Vasilevsky and company have kind of shut the door. They've weathered more than a few storms, but 4 unanswered, including 2 here in the third period, and now they've got another power play to really try to seal this one.
It's so reminiscent of the playoff games between these two teams. It's a fine line for a large part of the game, but then the Lightning skill level has come through just more often than the Islanders have.
Stamkos waved out, and in comes Point to take it. Point gets it across to Killorn, and they'll set things up again. Alex Killorn puts that one into the back corner. Palat to Killorn. Killorn off the boards, waiting for it near side. Here's Point. Back down low, Palat and Points go back and forth. Here's Points again. Trying to feed it out front for Killorn. He's in there. Varlamov is down. Into the corner now for Palat. Saucers it across off the skates of Point, gathered up by Hedman. Stamkos, who just scored from over there, trying to pass across. Just rolled away from Killorn. And this one's batted out by New York.
Yeah, Stammer had to fade away into a different zip code. He was almost touching the wall there a couple seconds ago.
he can score from there.
Oh, yeah.
From very sharp angles, too. Point curls around and gives it to Hedman. Hedman near side for Killorn. Killorn lost the handle on the puck. And then it's taken right back. Here's Perry. Perry towards the net. Rolls it on Varlamov, and he's got it with 54 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Well, they can afford to be choosy on this power play, and they were. They had puck control, and that was important. Kept the puck in the offensive zone, had a couple of looks, but being patient is all part of it, too. You don't have to force it. You're up by 3 goals.
Colton battles for the puck off the draw. Picked up by Green, and he can't get it out. Radish sends it right back in. Up the boards for Radish. Left for Maroon, out front to Perry. Fans on the shot attempt, and it goes into the corner. Colton now settles things down. Saucers it back to Sergachev. Sergachev back to Colton. Up top for Mikhail Sergachev, near side. Ross Colton hangs on. In front, Maroon knocked it back, and nobody was at the point. This one goes all the way down. Sergachev now through center, snaps the puck in. Back into the corner. Waiting for it at the point. There was Maroon. Lifts it back inside with just 3 seconds remaining in the man advantage as Parisi steps out. And they kill that one off and keep it a 3-goal lead. But the Lightning in a comfortable position right now with under 2 minutes remaining in regulation. And with the puck inside the blue line. Maroon keeping it to the outside, grinding away at that clock. Beauvillier lifts this one down. It gets in behind. There's a shot saved by Vasilevsky. As that play worked, they got Kyle Palmieri free.
He's had Kyle Palmieri's number going back to last season. Vasilevsky's made some great saves against number 21, and that was another beauty.
Once again, Vasi getting serenaded here at Amalie Arena. He's made some timely saves again when he's had to. Barzal at center. In over the blue line. Matthew Barzal kicks it back to the line, and that's out of the reach of Green, and back he goes into the final minutes of regulation on this Monday night. First of 3 meetings between the two teams that met in the semifinals the last 2 seasons. At center. Batted back inside the blue line, gathered up by Sebastian Aho. Near side now, here's Aho again. Starts out to center ice. Cuts across, inside the line. Aho lost the handle. This one goes into the corner. Bank back along the boards, and Polachis lifts this one out.
Nice little play by Zach Bogosian. He just kind of came over and swung the stick. It hit Sebastian Aho's stick and knocked the puck off.
Barry Trotz didn't even pull Varlamov. There's another save by Vasilevsky. The fans in attendance, 19,000 strong again tonight. They all rise to celebrate another win on home ice as the Lightning win it. With a strong third period, they pull away and take this one 4-1 and grow their point streak to 8 games. And here's tonight's diamond performance presented by Ackerman Jewelers.
And it's going to be Anthony Cirelli because he had a great game. It was a tough game for him. Scored a beautiful goal. Kind of a typical Anthony Cirelli goal, just being dogged in front of the net. But also standing up for his teammate when he didn't like the hit that Brock Nelson put on Alex Killorn. And he jumped right in and he was chucking him. And then he got hit in the mouth afterwards, too. So a little bit of everything for Cirelli.
An 8-game point streak and a 6-game point streak on home ice as the Lightning take this one over the New York Islanders 4-1. On behalf of my partner, Brian Engblom, this is Dave Raynor saying thanks for watching, everybody, but stick around. Don't forget, Lightning Live postgame coming up presented by Advent Health. That's next on Bally Sports.